Everybody's not a winner. Men and women now are almost all the same. I see women carrying bags. I see women opening their own doors. Like this whole world is kind of meshed into one big, created me lying, it created me being a dishonest person, whatever I could do to get it, to get whatever it was. I'm very emotional. Not like I've earned that right to cry, but it felt good. Emotional people, they're a wreck. They get up with poopy pants, and I'm like, you know what, man, I retire every day. I'm done with it. And I sit around and I say, okay, you're gonna go back to who you were, huh? No one's gonna come out of the woods and say, hey.
Is there one thing maybe in the world that you think is really wrong that you'd like to change?
Yes, what's really wrong is the softness of this world. Everybody's not a winner. There is failure. There is tons of defeat. We have to get that back. That's growth. That is growth. We have to, everything everybody has, I'm glad everybody has a voice. There has to be structure in the world again. There has to be accountability. Everybody's not right. Everybody's not right. Kids are kids, you know, and it kind of stems from there. People have to get a little bit of toughness back, a lot of toughness back, because the backbone of this world is built off of toughness. Not like I got to go out there and do push-ups and pull-ups like that. It's not about that. Toughness is accountability. You're not always right. There's so many things I can say about this. The world has gotten very, very soft.
Any particular areas?
All of us. All of us. It's easy nowadays. We're so like technology is so fast. You know, no one's even going to the library. Why? Google the shit. Everything's easy. No one's ever cold anymore. No one's ever hot anymore. Everything is exactly the way we want it. Everything is exactly we want it, when we want it. And that's how the world is. Everything is at our fingertips. And that causes you not to use the most powerful weapon in the world, which is your mind. Everything is easy. So when things get hard, how the hell can you rely on your brain when you don't know how to, because everything's so easy? So we're not utilizing enough because everything is just there. So our brain starts to fail.
I sense that in my mind a lot. You get comfortable with things, and like you said, you know, it's like you're 3 degrees too cold, and you.
It's true.
Yeah, you feel wet and wimpy. And,
it's true.
Yeah.
I mean, like it's sprinkling outside, everybody's running inside.
Yeah.
It's just these small things versus saying, you know what?
And it creeps up on you. You don't really know it's happening.
It does. Versus saying, you know what? I'm a man.
Yeah.
And a lot of people, like for instance, I see men and women now are almost all the same. I see women carrying bags. I see women opening their own doors. Like this whole world is kind of meshed into one big person. All these customs and courtesies, all these things are just gone. Like, you know, the second that bell rings when the daggone airplane parks, everybody's just up. Versus a man seeing a woman they sit by and say, hey, ma'am, is this your bag? It's all these small things. It's all these small self-disciplines.
We're always rushing, aren't we?
We're rushing
everywhere.
We're rushing. People aren't holding doors. It's all these small things, these small disciplines. Why do you make your bed in the morning time? When I was in the military, I never forgot. I was like, why the fuck are we folding our shirt up this way? Why? Why am I making these hospital corners 45 degrees and then folding my bed back 6 inches, the size of $1? Why am I doing this? All these small things that we do in life are building your mind up for discipline. And all those disciplines are gone. So that's the one thing that we're definitely missing is self-discipline.
And do you think your story and the product of you and your books, the podcast, your message, do you think that is maybe pushing back a bit on that?
It's pushing back a ton on it because everything about it is accountability. Everything about it is self-discipline. Everything about it is no one's going to save you. No one's going to come out of the woods and say, hey, I got your back, man. I want to take you from all this. Some people get that, but very few of us do. So the only person coming to save you is yourself. And that's what the book's about, man. Don't look around the corner hoping, I want to sit on this couch and hope for a miracle. It might come to that 1%, but it ain't coming to most of us. So you better start getting to work.
Great. Emotions. You talked about your mind. is emotion and how you feel, do you see that as the same thing or different? And have you tried to control how you feel, how you react to people, anger, jealousy, hate, whatever, and trying some kind of mastery of that? Do you see that as different to the mind?
Jealousy, 100%. You have to, if you're jealous about anything, that is a horrible thing. Anger, I've done really well with controlling it nowadays. Back in the day when you're insecure. So all this stuff comes from conquering yourself. Once you feel good about yourself, all the anger, not all of it, we're human. Jealousy, these things start to really go away. She's like, I'm good.
Yeah.
I'm good.
When you're full, you don't need other people to fill you up because you're full.
That's right.
I think a lot of people, they need people's respect, they need people's opinions, they need people's attention, they need people's love because they're empty.
That's right.
And they're trying to fill themselves up through other people. But no one can live to your standard,
Exactly.
so you're always going to feel empty.
That's how I used to be. So it created me lying, it created me being a dishonest person, whatever I could do to get it, to get whatever it was. But back to your question about emotion, I'm a very emotional person. So I'm very passionate because it took a lot for me to be who I am today. So I'm very emotional.
Yeah.
But it's just the passion in me about the sacrifice I put into being who I am today. So.
And sometimes that spills over, sometimes you lose control of it.
It's not losing control, I allow it to go. So I got this award for the VFW called the Americanism Award. And I'm speaking in front of like 5,000 veterans. And I get the award and I'm thanking people and I turn back to my mom and I look at her and for 58 seconds just cried. Because I had a chance at that time to look and see what I've accomplished and where I came from. And I wasn't trying to hold it, but I had to get myself together to give my speech. But it was a very proud moment for me to be able to reflect and say, okay, man, you've, not like I've earned that right to cry or to be emotional, but it felt good that literally I grinded myself into a fine powder to get where I'm at today. And it just came out in that way. So yeah, emotion is a beautiful thing. You don't want to, if you're emotional, that's bad.
Yeah.
But if you show emotion at the right time, I think that's a beautiful thing.
So it's still an essence of controlling it.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because you have to, you want to be in control of your mind. You want to be in control of your mind. Emotional people, they're a wreck. They control, that emotion controls everything you do.
Yeah.
And what emotional people do is, like for instance, I always say this, they can have a beautiful life. Husband and wife, kids, everything they want. But it's the one thing that they don't have that makes them emotional. So that emotion makes them focus on what they don't have. Emotion makes them focus on everything negative, everything. Pity party, woe was me, this didn't happen. So your mind loves that. It loves talking to other people. Oh, this is all f***ed up, man. Think about it. People love to complain about everything. So when you're sitting there, you may spend weeks, months, years about the same thing. So what have you done? Nothing. There's no solution in that.
Yeah.
But most of us live there. Oh, this other guy got the pay raise. The other guy got this. The other guy got that. And we live in this emotional state of, woe is me. Nothing gets accomplished. Nothing gets accomplished.
Yeah. Do you ever have a day where you just think, I can't be asked to do anything. I'm not going for a run. I'm not stretching. I'm doing nothing.
Every day.
Yeah. So you have the thought, but you don't have the day.
Every day.
Do you ever let yourself have a day where you just
Never.
watch Netflix?
Never, because guess
on Netflix.
I'm haunted. No, I can't do it. I can't do it. There may be some days I get up with poopy pants and I'm like, you know what, man? This, man. Like, what am I training for?
Yeah.
I have no race on the docket. Why am I having this such a structured life? Why? And I'm like, you know what? I'm good. I'm done. I retire every day.
Yeah.
I'm done with it. And I sit around and I say, okay. And then this is my thought process. So you want to be normal. So you just want to be like everybody else that roams the world, not knowing the power that's in them. Being fine with being mediocre. You want to go back to who you were, huh, David? I'm like, that, man.
And you have that conversation with yourself every day.
Not every day. It's those bad days.
Yeah.
It's those bad days. I see a whole bunch of people walking around out here who have no idea how talented they truly are. And I'm talking about talent, like some God-given ability. Talent that sometimes you have to hone, and you have to work on, and you have to harness yourself. And they just walk around just on their phones, just clueless to how powerful they are.
David Goggins expressed his concern about the increasing softness of society. He emphasized that not everyone is a winner, and that failure and defeat are essential for growth. Goggins pointed out that while having a voice is important, there also needs to be structure and accountability. He believes that society has become too comfortable and reliant on technology, leading to a lack of mental toughness and discipline. Goggins argued that the conveniences of modern life prevent people from using their minds effectively, resulting in a decline in self-discipline and small courtesies. His message and work aimed to counteract this trend by promoting accountability, self-discipline, and the importance of taking personal responsibility for one's life. David Goggins discussed the role of emotions and the importance of controlling them. He acknowledged that emotions like anger and jealousy can be detrimental if not managed properly. Goggins emphasized that overcoming insecurity and achieving self-mastery can significantly reduce negative emotions. He shared his own journey of learning to control his anger and the importance of feeling content within oneself to avoid seeking validation from others. Goggins also highlighted the importance of allowing emotions to be expressed at appropriate times, sharing a personal story where he became emotional upon receiving an award. This moment allowed him to reflect on his achievements and hardships, which he saw as a healthy and justified expression of emotion. He warned against letting emotions control one's life, as they can lead to a focus on negativity and hinder personal growth. Goggins pointed out that many people dwell on what they lack instead of appreciating what they have, which can lead to a stagnant and unproductive mindset. He advocated for maintaining control over one's emotions, to focus on solutions and progress rather than complaints and self-pity. David Goggins discussed his refusal to take days off or indulge in unproductive habits like watching Netflix, even when he feels unmotivated. He admitted that there are days when he questions the purpose of his rigorous routine, especially when he has no immediate goals. But he quickly challenges himself by reflecting on the idea of settling for mediocrity. Goggins explained that on those tough days, he has an internal conversation where he reminds himself of the potential within him and how many people go through life unaware of their own capabilities. This motivates him to push through and continue his disciplined lifestyle, rather than reverting to his old self or giving into complacency.